Spavital worked with me at Tulsa, so he's got his own little flair that he puts on. It's a little bit different. I'm impressed with their physicality. You know, they bring in they're getting two-back set with a big 99 who's 300-pounder. You know, at fullback. So they're very physical. I was very, very impressed with their physicality and the heart that they showed against Texas, and very similar scheme. He's a very, very. I think they're one of the top. Well, I think it's still there. They're one of the top two offenses in the country, passing the football, and obviously he's a veteran. He's big, tall. He's really difficult to sack and get down. You know, you get a hold of him, but he still is able to get the ball off. So he's a very good quarterback. He's really, you can tell he's really gelled with their players. The Hanson kid, receiver, is I'm really impressed with him. I just think he's got great. I love his passion and his heart that he plays with, he competes with, and they've got obviously their system was similar last year. It's a little bit different now, but they're executing it pretty well, especially to have so many new wide receivers. But I think the running backs are really, really good. They've got three solid running backs, different guys. One's a big downhill bruising type back, and then they got a speed guy that's really, really fast. And then they got an ever down zone guy, but all three of those guys are really good receivers. And what makes it so difficult is they make you defend sideline to sideline, but they got really good personnel. Obviously, the strength of their team is their offense and their ability to score points. But I was impressed with just they're very well coached. Coach Dykes I know very well. Does a great job coaching his football team. They're very, very well coached in special teams and on offense and defense. So it's been, they had a close game that they lost to San Diego State. That they had a similar type game that we had last week, and they came up short on that one, but then came back and beat the 11th ranked team in the country. So they got a lot of momentum coming in here and got a good football team, well coached and very disciplined.
Todd, do you still expect Salamo Fiso to play this week?
Yep, he'll be back this week.
What did you miss without him? And then having sat out 3 games, do you expect any sort of rust or transition? The fact that he hasn't played in a game yet.
I'm sure there will be. I mean, it'll be kind of like his first game. So, but he's also a veteran, and he'll do well. I'm glad to have him back.
Coach, what do you think is the reason behind players dropping the ball before they get to the goal line? And what do you tell your players about that? Do you tell them just to hand the ball to the official, or have you talked to them about that at all?
Yeah, our guys hand the ball to the official. They always have. That's just the way we do it, and there's a reason for it. But I don't think you'd be hard pressed to find a time that one of our guys have scored in the last 4 or 5 years that they had to hand the ball to the official, and that's something that we started doing a while ago, obviously because of the pace. We want to keep the pace going, but also just to make sure you don't have something like that happen, because it's obviously it's usually rare, but there's been a lot of that lately. So it's too hard to score a touchdown and just easier to hand that ball to the official. But that's something we call it the KC rule. I don't know why we call it the KC rule, but we've always done that. We hand the ball to the official. On every play, not just on a scoring play.
Coach, your defenders kind of missed a high amount of tackles last week. What do you tell your guys to kind of fix that and rectify it moving forward?
I'm not telling them anything. We're just working on getting better at tackling.
Coach, I want to get your thoughts on that hit in the first half that Manny took. Devastating hit, and then got back in the game and showed the composure to play through and rally the team for the victory, to show his mental toughness.
Yeah, he really has to protect himself there. That was a really, really hard hit. It was right in front of me, and he really took a very difficult hit there. But yeah, he showed great courage and great leadership, and facing that kind of adversity. But we just got ourselves in a situation, a lot of things they're doing very, very positively. The one that we have to do is the turnover ratio deal is the number one thing. It's our number one focus right now, and it's been our number one focus. We've got to get takeaways, and we got to take care of the football. Turning the football over twice inside our 25-yard line was resulted in 2 touchdowns. So that hurt, and then we. I don't know that it's been a long time since I've been -3 and been successful in a game. So we overcome a lot of adversity, but we got to take care of the football. We're doing lots of things well. We got to get better fundamentally, as we mentioned. We got to get better tackling, especially in space. A lot of that's just kind of controlling our energy and just really working on our fundamentals, our tracking type stuff. That's the big focus that we have to work on, because I think we're -4 right now, and that's the whole deal. When we talk about Sun Devil football, that's you've got to take care of the football, and we've only turned it over 3 times on offense, but that's 1 a game, and that's way we don't want that. We want 100% ball security is the key to our success. So going in this game, that's going to be vital. The turnover ratio.
Did you think the hit on Manny was helmet to helmet?
No.
What does he have to do? You say he needs to protect himself better. What you talked about liking the edge that he brings. Is it as simple as?
Yeah, you got to get down. I mean, I don't. Like when he hurdles somebody, people ask me, did I not like that? I would rather him hurdle someone than get cut by him. But in that situation right there, I don't know if he didn't see the guy or whatever. You just don't want to take a straight shot like that. And you'll learn as you go. But I'll tell you this: he's tough as nails, and I don't want him to play cautious. But it's just being smart, just learning, and learning how to play that way it takes a little bit of experience. And again, he's doing a great job. It's his second, I think, with 3rd ball game he's played in over 2 years. So, but that just not taking that hit. I didn't. That was the one I wanted him to get down.
Hey, Coach, I was told in the hallway today to ask you what you had for breakfast this morning.
What I had for breakfast?
Yeah, someone told me to ask you what you had for
I
breakfast.
had nothing for breakfast this morning. I had a cup of coffee.
I was misled on the question.
Were you misled? I just had some Chick-fil-A. If that's what you're talking about. I don't know. What did I have for breakfast? I don't think I had anything. Tim, what did I have for breakfast? I don't have anything. I think I had coffee. That was it. I know it was early, about 4:30.
Coach, I just want to get your thoughts on mentally how the focus is as you go into conference play.
I think I love this team. I love their attitude. I was so proud of them Saturday. I was so proud of them, just the attitude and coming back and. It doesn't, I always say this at the beginning of every season, probably for the last 10 or 15 years, you have to win the close games. And we've had a few of those so far. I guess none of them have been easy, but we figured out a way to win them. And that speaks volumes about our kids, our players. And it is going to help, I think, to have, I think we'll be almost back to full strength as far as not having anybody out. So we still got a couple of guys that need to heal up, but we'll see. We'll definitely have Salamo back and Tim White, and so that'll help us. And I think Zach will be back, and I think George will be back on defense. So that's going to help us. But our attitude's great. I think our guys know, and they know what's fixing to start. They know that every single game in this league is going to be a battle. And we got a heck of a team coming in here, one of the top offenses in the country, and our guys are going to get ready for the challenge.
Coach, when you look at the South, and I'm sure you do your landscape of what's happening within your division and so forth, I mean, do you look at it like with a lot of optimism that if you do what you're capable of doing, that you could be in it to the very end?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking at anything past Cal. I mean, we got our hands full with those guys. It obviously came down to last field goal at the end of the game last year. So and they're playing very well right now. They've improved every week, and I don't really look past anything but that sign over there on the wall. We're just trying to be 1-0.
And after your 3-0 start, what do you think it's going to take to gain some respect in the college football rankings?
I'll just keep winning.
Todd, it seems like the last 2 weeks when you've moved Liu to Spur, you've played your best defense. Going forward, is that a possibility that he will go back to his original position?
Yeah, I mean, it just it stabilizes us, I think. We're still talking about that, Obviously, he'll do whatever we need him to do. He didn't practice any at Spur. He just went over and played it. But pretty good likelihood that's probably what'll happen.
Todd, can you talk about what A.J. McCollum has brought to your offensive line since he's played at center?
Physicality, man. I tell him he's an old school center. He's just the old, just tough, just blood and guts kind of guy. I like the guy. He really just brings a lot of physicality in the run game. I mean, he's a guy that really likes coming off the football and blocking people, and he's learning. He's very raw. He's learning and getting better. He's got a lot of work to do fundamentally, but he's brought physicality and toughness, I think, to that position.
Todd, you see Cal's high-flying offense, the bear raid, the air raid. What do you make of their defense? What do you see from them on that side of the ball?
I was real impressed with how hard they played, and impressed with Luke Rabenza. He's leading their team, I think, in interceptions, and their guys played hard. I mean, obviously they were playing against a very, very good Texas team, a very, very big and physical, powerful offense. Thought they did a great job of making adjustments at halftime, and I think they play with a lot of heart. So that's what I see when I watch them.
Coach, with N'Keal Harry's performance last week, can you just talk about how dynamic he is and
Yeah, he's really doing a good job for us. He is continuing to get better. I think he's staying very humble and very hungry. And obviously he's a very gifted young man. I think Coach Norvell's doing a great job of developing him, and he's definitely a threat for us, and a guy that not only getting it done catching the football, but he's doing a great job blocking, and he's learning, and he's getting better at everything he's doing. So he's a guy that we definitely is a playmaker for us.
Anyone else? All right, thank you.
All right.